Hello, welcome back. Today we're going to have a look at the Beretta ASE Gold 12 gauge shotgun. Desiree Baines and Michael Diamond shot one of these guns when they won their Olympic golds quite a few years ago. But before I show you the ASE Gold, I want to talk about the Beretta 690. And as you know, I told you in the last video, my 690 broke the inertia block lever and it's off getting fixed up. But I don't want to can the 690 because it's been a good gun. The lever's broken on it twice on the inertia block, but overall I've been happy with it and it's a good gun, and anyone who's got a 690 should not be unhappy. I think it's a good gun. It was just an opportunity to maybe try another gun. And so, before we move on to the ASE Gold, my friend of mine, John Maffia, has got a 692, and his 692, which is fairly new, this part of the stock, all this part of the wood, just broke away while he was shooting it. So it's just a big chunk of wood broken there, and it's just come off. So I'm hoping that Beretta will do the right thing by him and give him a new stock and not just repair it. Okay, the ASE Gold. And so, the ASE Gold, I could not work out the age of this gun because it doesn't correspond to the letters. The Italians used to use Roman numerals. Then they went to a letter system, 2 letters. But on the barrels, there's nothing stamped on there. I can't work out the age of the gun, but it's got to be at least 20 years old because they stopped making them in 2005. But first I want to show you the case. The case, like I said, it's got to be at least 20 years old, and it's a big, fairly heavy case. Comes with locks with combinations, 3 of them. But inside, when I opened it up, it was all pretty. Let me show you what I keep inside my gun first so I can empty it. I keep a toothbrush and a brush to clean and oil the gun, some Rem oil, I've run out of Beretta oil, Tetra gun grease, and my shooting book, and that's all I keep in there, and a little screwdriver. But have a look at the inside of the gun, and when I open it, it smells old, and it was not very good looking yesterday. So I got some carpet cleaner, sprayed it all with carpet cleaner, carpet foam, rubbed it down, gave it a bit of a wash, dried it, and now it looks pretty respectable. So that's the case that it comes with, and you can put all your stuff in there on this compartment here. You can put your book in there and your compartments, but it didn't come with any tools. So over the years, I guess they've been lost or whatever. But it did come with these chokes. I'll show you these chokes. Came with internal chokes and 2 sets of external chokes. And I've actually not looked it up because I reckon someone will know. On these external chokes, it says T cylinder. And I'm presuming that it's wider than a skeet choke. And, but there it is. It's got TC on there, T cylinder. Somebody will know. My guess is that it's wider than a skeet choke. But someone will write it in the comments and they will know. This is the set I use. It's a Beretta chokes set. And it comes, they're Teague chokes. And at the moment in the gun I've got 1/2 and 3/4. I usually shoot 3/4 and full, but I thought for a while I'd try out what 1/2 and 3/4 does for me. So here's the gun. And here it is, the ASE 690 Gold, and it's at least 20 years old. Okay, so a little bit about the gun. One of the interesting things that Beretta says, I read the manual, it says when you take out the fore end on these guns, don't pull it too far out. Just pull the lever and pull it out a little bit and slide it out. So don't pull it out like that. Just when it comes out and then slide it up. And then it's got, I'll show you the locking action when I put the gun back together. And here's the barrels. So after 20 years, it's not too bad. They're the external T chokes, and they just screw out by hand, and you can just screw them back in. And while I'm showing you the barrels, a lot of the ASEs have got what they call bowler steel and with antinate in it, and it's made in Austria, and it's very expensive. But not all ASEs have got the bowler antinate barrels. I don't think mine has, because so if it hasn't, it's made out of Excelsior steel. Because if it was a bowler barrel, I think it would have it engraved on there. And it doesn't say bowler, B-O-E-H-L-E-R, anywhere. So I don't think mine's a bowler barrel, but steel is steel. And so that's it. And these are 30 and 3/4 inch barrels. And here's the receiver. It's got a removable trigger system. And when you remove the trigger, I haven't removed it yet, but you have the gun open, and then you got to flick the lever, and the trigger system should pull out. But I'm not game enough to do it. I'm going to wait till someone who's got an ASE Gold shows me how to do it. And there it is. After 20 years, that's pretty good. It's in pretty good nick. In Australia, these retail for 8,000 Australian dollars. But a guy at the club, good bloke, he said, you can have it for what I paid for it, and he sold it to me for 5,500. So going price is 8,000 Australian, and I paid 5,500, so that's pretty good. Thank you. You know who you are. Okay, so with the ASE Golds, they started to get too expensive to make, and so because they were handmade and put together by hand in the same factory where they made the SOs in Beretta. And then, so they stopped making the ASEs, and that was then they went to the DT10. Then, of course, from the DT10, they went to the DT11. The DT10 is all CNC machinery. It's all machined. Whereas these, I don't know, they say that they're very close to the SO Berettas, where there's a lot of hand machining and stuff like that. I don't really know a lot about it, but they tell me that it's a lot of hand work on it, and that's why they stopped, because they were just too dear. Okay, I've shown you the chokes, so that's basically the gun. I'll show you the gun again, then I'll put it together. And it's on the ASEs, I think they've changed pads, because on the ASEs, in the manual, it says you can put the bolt in to take off the receiver, the action, without taking off the rubber stock. But this one hasn't got a hole in the center, so I reckon they've changed the pad. Okay, I'll put the gun together. That's really all I can tell you about the gun. And so the fore end goes on, we hope, yes. Okay, one other thing, with the 690, inertia, with the inertia block, when you fire the first barrel, you've got to hit it to reset the second barrel. On these guns, you don't have to do that. And I just want you to hear the sound of this cross-lock system. It's just a beautiful sound. It's no rattle, it's just a beautiful sound. And that tells you that the gun is still fairly tight and hasn't done a lot of work. There's the cross bolt, and that goes across and locks into there. And so when it's closed, you can see that the cross bolt sticks out a little bit. As it wears, that bolt keeps going further in, so it's always tight. But the best thing I like about this gun is just how the sound it makes when you close it. It really is nice. Okay, so when you want to put the gun away, and you should always release the tension on the triggers. So snap caps in, and so you fire it, move the lever, move the safety back and up, and it fires. And then you can, if you don't want to recock the levers to store your gun, you take off the fore end first, and then nothing inside will recock. I really don't know what else to tell you about the gun. I'm happy with it. And so if you do have any questions, just put them in the comments and I'll answer them. Okay, 2 days until the new year. Thank you for watching. Have a very, very happy new year, and I'll see you in the new year. Stay well, stay safe, and thank you for watching.